Good day everyone. Today we're going to be doing something a touch different. We're going to be working through upgrading Firefox to Firefox 95, but we're going to do it together rather than as a devlog. So you get to see the process that I'm going through and all the challenges I have to deal with. So let's get into it. The first thing that we're going to want to do, of course, is switch to a different branch so that we can keep our changes in order. So let's just create a new branch, call it 95 because we're upgrading to Firefox 95. To check the latest version of Firefox that is available, we can use Melon. So I'm going to quickly open that to one side. So you can just run a Melon command like import. And we can see that the latest version of Firefox is 95.0.2. So we can copy that and we can place that in our melon.json file. Now, as this documentation says, we have to hard reset and then download. Hard reset doesn't actually exist and I need to implement it at some point. But hard resets just delete the engine directory, so we can real quick just delete it. Okay, delete is done. So now we can re-download Firefox. This will, of course, take a second, so I'm going to leave it, and we will be back soon. Now Melon has finished downloading all of the Firefox source code and the new tab page, so we can quickly import all the patches and see if it works. And as we can see, we're getting errors. Most of the patches, when we upgrade Firefox, generally just work out of the box. However, sometimes patches, Mozilla will have changed some stuff which will cause these patches to error out. So we have to go and manually fix them. So in this case, we can see that the error is with customizable UI and this patch here. So if we jump into source, browser, app, components, customizable UI, this one, we can then use my little Melon extension to jump to this file in the engine folder. And let's just reopen it on the other side so we have it for reference. And now we have to manually apply this patch. There are a few things I think I can do to make this a bit simpler, so we're going to try and do those right now as well. Rather than importing just extension commons and then later importing make widget ID, we're going to import extension commons and make widget ID in the same bunch of stuff to reduce the number of lines in our patch, which will reduce the likelihood of it erroring out at a later time. Excellent. So that's the first part of the patch that's applied. Now we just need to keep slowly working through this patch until everything's done. Cool. That's this file done. So now we can export the changes we've made. And once that's exported, we can try importing a new file and see how it goes. So, customizable UI has succeeded. Now we're into Common Inc. CSS, where we have some errors. So we're going to have to go through the same process again. I'm going to speed this up so it doesn't get repetitive. But let's just keep going. Another thing that I try to do with updates is I try and group as many patches, as many changes together as possible. to reduce the number of different patches that have to be made. Again, export the file. And that's another patch fixed. That's all of the patches fixed. So now we can go commit our changes. And of course push them up. Now we can download, and now we can build Firefox again. This will take some time because all of my old cache will be basically wiped out. So I will see you at some point in the future. We are back sooner than I would have liked because we have run into an error, which is that so Firefox wants WASI system root, but we don't have it. So we're going to have to figure this out. First, what does Google say? Well, DuckDuckGo. Well, we have a link and another link and WASI SDK and WASI libc. And a Mozilla Hacks article, which might be helpful. This is a fork of WASI libc, and it's behind, so we're going to ignore it. This is a WASI libc and WASI SDK and WASI libc. Cool. The easiest way to get started with this is to use WASI. Use WASI SDK, which includes WASI libc in its sysroot. So I presume that's what WASI sysroot is. For C and C++, we've created WASI sysroot, which is WASI libc. Cool. Excellent. So, because we know what it is, we can just go straight on to working with it. Well, we can go on to trying and installing it. So, we can go to Arch and we can just search, is WASI SDK a thing? Nope. What about AUR? We have WASI SDK bin. It doesn't provide WASI SDK, which could lead to conflicts later. WASI SDK, it's up to date at least. So, do I have it installed? That's the next question. I already have it installed, so we can abort. So, now I just need to figure out why it isn't being picked up. WASI sysroot's in there. So, I presume that I would then give the location of WASI sysroot. So, I would presume that would be that. Let's go to Linux. Linux.mozconf. I see. Add options. we want to specify with WASI sysroot equals is that. Let's try that. Environment variable must be all uppercase. What if we just like have that option and leave it empty? Let's try that. And we've passed all the checks. So, presumably it exists. So, I'm going to pause again and we're going to wait for this to build. I will be right back. So, we're back and we have errors. wasm ld error can open file, that file, no such file or directory, which is great, just great. I don't think that distros have fully gotten used to the fact that, or for that matter, the WASI SDK has gotten used to the fact that Mozilla is now using it, so it's all a bit jank. So I found a forum thread, and we're going to try and use it. Now, Dolphin doesn't allow you to copy into root directories, which is mildly annoying. So we're going to have to work around it. Luckily for me, we can just I just have a terminal here. So sudo cp libclang mk sudo mkdir p and try copying again. Excellent, just works. So now we can go recompile Firefox and see if this works again. We will see you in a sec. So we're back and the build has finished, and I have also added some general information about how to fix this on AUR for anyone who's using Arch and Manjaro and run into this issue. So now we can just run it and go through and test all the things that we expect. Now that we've got this started, so yep, the welcome dialog works. Does the import dialog work? Yep. It works perfectly fine. I can set the color scheme as I feel free to. And the search engine's been removed. Was that eBay? That's interesting. Oh well. The UI here could use a bit of polish. I'm just going to quickly make a note of that. I'll be right back. Okay, we are back. I don't think that was an issue caused by the update, so I'm not going to fix it now, but I have made a note of it for future reference. And that seems to work. The new tab page is very broken, but it was broken before I updated it because I broke it between now and the last devlog, so that's fun. I should fix it at some point. I will do that later. Most things still appear to be correctly square, which is good. Let's go to about. And about preferences, that's always a good page to check. Most things are still square in here, which is good. There are a few things which I've made a note that I need to deal with. Okay. That should not be nightly. That should be focus browser or focus. I am going to make a note of that and we will fix it later. Okay, other than that, everything looks fairly decent. The correct logo is displaying up here, although, again, the correct name isn't. The UI theme seems to be working. The sign-in icon's still round. It looks a bit circular from where I'm sitting. Yeah, I think I'm going to call that a success. We have successfully dealt with everything. So, I guess it's time to make a pull request. And now, because we have updated Firefox, let's trigger an alpha build. And we're basically done for today. Other than that, there's a few things I need to really quickly just touch on. So, Melon has been moved from, well, the version of Melon that I'm using and the version that's maintained has been moved from .hq to Melon, to the Focus Browser organization, because I have currently left .hq. So that is now a thing. Also, if you really feel like it, do join our Discord server. We have basically no one there, and I'm feeling a bit lonely. But also, you get to see these kinds of commits earlier, and there's currently quite a lag on these devlogs. So, other than that, I hope you have a good day. I will have another devlog later for you. Probably next week, because I think I'm going to try to do a weekly upload schedule. We will see how long that lasts.